Hey, and welcome back to the channel, peeps. The doctor is back, guys, to actually show a demonstration of rFactor with the motion rig. What a sensational match, a match made in heaven, guys. rFactor and a 3 degree of freedom motion simulator platform. Here's what I have, guys, set up at the moment for my rFactor axes. Here over in Game Engine on the right. Right, and what I've done, guys, is I've assigned sway to my third motor, to my traction loss motor, because the traction loss feels absolutely horrible, whereas the sway acts a little bit like traction loss and feels like traction loss. Don't ask me why. That's how it works with this particular plugin, but it works very well, as you are about to see. In Game Manager, Profile Editor, all the way up to 99 for the intensity level. As you can see over here, guys, all right, on my desktop here, you can see all my installs of different rFactor mods. And I'll go through those, a couple of more mods, guys, show you how to set them up. We'll do a video as well, guys, on the gorgeous, beautiful Grand Prix Legends. We're going back to about 1998 here, but believe it or not, a very alive community behind Grand Prix Legends. This also has a patch for the motion sim. You can run it with force feedback. It's got updated graphics, mods, installs, yada, yada, yada. It's fantastic as well. But what we're going to be doing, guys, is concentrating on rFactor today. We're going to load the rFactor Historics X mod, guys, and I'm going to take you for a drive around Caldwell Park, because what a track for the motion sim. It's insane. It's insanely fun is what it actually is. So I'm going to get that set up, and you guys will see firsthand via our hat cam. That's what the doctor thinks of his subscribers. Makes you wonder why you would bother subscribing to the doctor's channel. No, I love you guys. I love yous all. All right. Here we are. Let's do a race weekend. I'm going to stick with this little bad boy with the GTA. I'm using a 68 GTA Alfa Romeo. Right, I'm going to go here. I'm going to not include practice or any of that sort of rubbish. Why would you bother doing that? My AI aggression I'm going to leave right down at 70%. Actually, that's a bit silly. I'm going to bring it up to 80%. Their aggression, and I'm going to leave them on about 81% on this particular track because it's insane. My opponents, I'm just going to race these guys. Okay, the circuit I'm going to choose, as I said, is going to be Caldwell Park. Now, finding that could be a bit of a This is the one in England. Let's rock and roll, peeps. This is insane, this track, but man, what a lot of fun. Hopefully I'm not going to fall out of my simulator, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So I've got my force feedback set up, guys. I'm running the Fanalab plug-in for this, guys, and I'm running my degrees of rotation at 360 degrees of rotation. Right, here we go. These graphics are pretty decent graphics. You've got to love the moss on the road there. So anyone that wants to tell you the graphics on rFactor 1 are not that good, Well, they've got to get off the drugs. That's what they've got to do, because I tell you, nothing wrong with these graphics. The track IR, etc., all works fantastically with rFactor 1. It actually comes with the track IR plug-in. See the movement you get in the motion simulator? It is fantastic. Oh yeah. Oh, he's hit me right up the clacker. I'll make the Lotus Cortina. He's pretty keen to get past the clack. Now I've remembered the track, I might be able to go a bit faster. Probably should have done a couple of laps before I press record. But why would you want to get excited and do something like that? Whoa. This track is fantastic. It's like, hang on, man, hang on. Oh, the quack smoked him. Oh, it's rally style. I do it for you guys! I do it for the peeps! Come on, Lotus boy! Oh, bit of contact! I love it! Oh, he's got me on the inside here. Oh, bit of out bounce. Mate, these old ply tyres are getting put to the test. Oh, listen to the crackle and the pop. We'll try and come through here a little bit more sensibly, eh? You've really got to keep a little bit of acceleration going through those sharp turns. Don't come to a complete stop or you'll lock up in the back. Just a little bit of accelerator through the sharp turns, guys, okay, will always help you coming through them a lot better than if you back right off. Oh, he's pressuring me. We're going to make this the last lap, peeps, then we're going to talk about the force feedback. Guys, the way that those rumble strips come through on the motion sim with rFactor is it's just next level. Let's have a look at the force feedback and what we need to do with that to get it to work. Both with any of the more modern Logitechs. Let's talk about, say, the G27, for example, up to the G920s or whatever, and of course any direct drive steering wheels. It's a little bit funny with our rFactor. You actually have to go into the minuses. So if we go to, let's go right out of this. Oh, I even got a little bit of money from even when I didn't finish. Okay, so what we're going to do, guys, we're going to come down along here. We're going to come to settings. Now in settings, guys, obviously we come to controls. So you will need to map these when you come into rFactor. You'll need to go through the process of mapping your controls, mapping your throttle, blah, blah, blah. Now there's some issues that I've already had with rFactor not recognising the buttons on my universal hub, for example. I've got a plugin called Anti-Micro, and it's a plugin like VJoy and stuff like that, where you can actually assign buttons on your keyboard to buttons on your wheel, and you can overcome that issue with rFactor not recognising some of your joystick peripherals. I'll do a video on that very shortly, because that can be very helpful for older games. It's been essential for me getting Grand Prix Legends, for example, working with buttons. I've needed to use a keyboard mapper, basically. I'll show you how to do that in another video. Okay, so you'll need to map this sort of stuff, and then when you've done that and you've mapped your left and right steering, etc., etc., you'll come to force feedback here, and see here, force feedback strength -60, and you'd say, what the hell drugs are you on, doctor? Well, the thing is, guys, with rFactor, if you have that in the positives, you get a notch, a really bad notch, and this is for G27s, the G29s, or the what do they call the other ones? You know, the G920s or whatever they are. They will have a severe notch, and they'll be loose, and because they're not right, you have to go negative. You have to go negative, and then it turns it into a normal force feedback. So it's basically negative, whatever strength you want to run. As you can see, I was running the strength for mine there as far as 60%. Steering force makes absolutely no difference with a direct drive. You set your damper settings and steering damper to 0. Jolt magnitude, this does make a difference, and that basically adds jolt to the steering wheel if you have contact with another car, if you have contact with a barrier in the game, or even when you hit curbs and things like that hard, it'll jolt your steering wheel. You might like a nice jolt for that. You can see this has the Real Feel plugin app here, which works, guys. So if you have a G27 or a G29 or a G25, you want to use real feel, okay? It comes installed with the Hysterex mod, and these are the instructions for using real feel to tweak your Logitech force feedback wheel. Obviously this is not used with a direct drive. I've actually uninstalled those plugins from the Hysterex folder because I don't need them. So the main thing to remember, guys, is that in your controls using Logitech or Fanatec or direct drive wheels, you must be in the negative for your force feedback for it to work correctly, okay? Obviously up here you need to select what you're using, gamepad, joystick, wheel or keyboard or none. You obviously select wheel. Now I've got to reset these. Ooh, nice rattle gun sounds. I have my force feedback feeling set at high, and then I just adjust my strength accordingly. If I set it on high, it means that it translates the rumble strips, the curbs, you know, the bumps in the road, they come through really clearly on the force feedback. So guys, that's just a very quick video to follow up from the previous video on how to get rFactor 1 installed on your computer, how to get the Hysterex mod installed. As you can see, they're racing around Calder Park. What a sensational mod. Great fun cars to drive. I've just been doing the championship with this Alpha GTA. I can't wait to drive the minis. I'm going to go through all the cars, drive them all. Then I can get into some of the other championships, which bring in some of you big guys. You know, the Ferrari GTO 250s and stuff like that, for example. 330s, 330Ps, you know, you've got all this stuff. You've got the Ford GT40s, Capris, you've just got so many cars. All the Stangs, you know, all the stuff that they raced through this period of time in history, which was a wonderful, you know, it was the golden era of driving. You had to be able to drive these cars. They didn't have all the mod cons that we have with, you know, traction control and all this sort of stuff. They didn't have any of that. That was all down to your foot, your brake, your steering, and your balls. You had to have a good set of balls to drive a plywall tyre car at high speeds. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and take it easy out there.